Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Midtown Atlanta, where you are welcome. Such is the nature of life that all it asks and all it wants is the opportunity to appear. And you are that opportunity, and so am I, and so it is. Whoever you are, whatever path brought you here today, please know that you are welcomed and celebrated. We know who you are. You are an individualized expression of the divine life in which we all live. Your life's opportunity to be someone unique and wonderful, whatever your ethnic background, religious affiliations, however you know yourself and describe yourself, we're glad you're here today. You're welcome to be a part of this community in whatever way serves you, and we're glad you're here. So our vision statement is we are a strong, open, globally connected community centered on the clarity of principle through teaching, service, and practice that we create a safe and respectful environment that supports healthy spiritual growth. And now I'd like to share with you our Declaration of Principles as abbreviated, but by our founder, Ernest Holmes.
A few of the Declaration of Principles we live by.
I believe in one God, one absolute power, and first cause to all things.
I believe that this power is perfect love, and it creates out of a desire to express love.
I believe all thought is creative, and how I choose to think creates my personal experience.
I believe in the unity of all life, and the immortality of the individual soul forever unfolding.
I believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of God to all.
And so it is.
So grateful.
So a practitioner is someone who's demonstrated the ability to use spiritual practice and spiritual laws to bring about great changes in their lives. They've also demonstrated they know how to bring about changes in others when asked. Licensed by Centers for Spiritual Living, they're available to provide you spiritual guidance and support in these areas where you're looking for assistance. You may contact our practitioners through our website, cslmidtown.org. And today we've got one of our wonderful practitioners with us to share good ideas in an affirmative prayer called Spiritual Mind Treatment. Welcome, Maya Fuller.
Fans, greetings CSL Midtown. Today's talk is called Revealing the Higher Order. It's about recognizing the harmony that's right here despite appearances. Harmony we uncover rather than create, and discovering what's ours to do in that revelation. Before we move into spiritual mind treatment, I want to read a short passage from page 53 of The Science of Mind, because it speaks to what we're exploring today, how harmony is the original condition, and whatever blocks our view of it can shift. Ernest Holmes says, when we are dealing with real life, with thoughts, impulses, emotions, etc., we're dealing with causation, with original cause, and we should be most careful how we deal with such powers and forces. In dealing with this subtle power of mind and spirit, we are dealing with the fluent force. It is forever taking form and forever deserting the form which it has taken. Thus, a practitioner of this science should not be confused over any given form, but should know that any form which is not of the original harmony is subject to change. The original spirit is harmony. It is beauty and truth and everything that goes with the ultimate reality. The universe is not divided against itself. Here's what I take from that. Harmony is the original condition. It's already here, woven into the fabric of life itself. When something feels out of tune, we're seeing through a lens that obscures it. Our work is to clear the lens, to reveal what's true. So let's move into prayer together. I'll speak in the first person, and you can quietly take these words for yourself. I invite you to go ahead and get comfortable. If you'd like, put both feet on the floor. Let your hands rest. Maybe take a slow breath in and then let it out. You might drop your shoulders, Unclench your jaw and let your intention come inward. I speak these words to know the truth that there's one presence, one life, one love. This presence is steady and whole. It is wisdom. It is peace. It is harmony itself. This one life is my life. It is the life of everyone here, and we are held in it. We are expressions of it. We are part of something already complete. So I open my eyes to this harmony that is already here. I recognize the wholeness at the center of my life. I see clearly what is mine to do, and I see the strength to do it. I claim this same awakening for everyone present. Where there has been confusion, clarity breaks through. Where there has been tension, the underlying peace becomes visible. Where we have felt alone, we remember that we are held. What is ours to do becomes unmistakable, and we step into it with grace. I'm grateful for this presence. I'm grateful for the harmony that never left. I'm grateful for the message we're about to receive and for the ways it will open eyes. I release this prayer into the law, knowing that it is already done, and so it is. Amen.
All right. It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker this morning. Dr. Harry Morgan Moses is the author of the popular It's So Easy When You Know How, and now in his second edition. His newest book, Obvious Power, The Secret of Habits and Attitudes, is featured in movies Living Luminaries, The Serious Business of Happiness, What is New Thought, A New Thought, A New You. In 1999, Dr. Harry joined a select group of civic leaders for dialogues with the Dalai Lama and the Synthesis Project at His Holiness's residence in Dharamsala, India. Global challenges were discussed in earnest with ongoing articulation of solutions. Dr. Moses is the founder of the New Thought Center of San Diego, co-founder and past president of the affiliate New Thought Network, co-founder and senior minister of the New Thought Ministries of Oregon. Dr. Harry has been a keynote speaker for major organizations of New Thought, and for over 11 years served as senior spiritual director for CSL. Welcome, Dr. Harry.
Hey, nice to see you, Vance. Wasn't that beautiful, that shower of the people you love, right? I mean, that's where we're really going today. The talk title was Revealing the Higher Order. So let's just pause for a second, because today is the first day of Hanukkah. And we are immersed in the holiday season, no matter which holidays you're celebrating. And I just want to remind us sort of what the spiritual intention is behind all of the holidays. And we begin with Thanksgiving in this country, and similar celebrations exist in other countries around the world the same time of year. Thanksgiving is about recognizing our blessings and appreciating the things for which we are grateful. And then here comes Hanukkah. And Hanukkah is about celebrating the faith that keeps the light in the darkness, that the candle kept burning even though there was no explanation for it, right? The light is in the midst, even in the darkness, right? And then the winter solstice is the 21st, and that's the darkest day of the year. And what it begins is we start heading more toward the light of spring and then summer, right? So it's, again, all about this light. And what I wanted to talk about, then we go, from Christmas, which is about exploring the possibilities of what an awakened humanity might be like, what an awakened human might be like, and how we might be able to knock on that door, ask and seek and knock and open to that awakening of our own cosmic awareness. And as Myra said so beautifully, our practitioner today, that pattern of perfect harmony already exists. In the 70s, early 1900s, Judge Amos Troward said, harmony is heaven's first law. So here's something I'd like, and what does that have to do with shower the people? Well, what we know, the philosopher Ernest Holmes says, the impulsion of all creation is love, right? So love is the power that brings forth the patterns of wholeness, the patterns of reality, the patterns of the Christ, the Atman, the Buddha, the high self, the patterns of the I am that you are, that I am. And this is the great division throughout the history of humanity, which is we find a path to that awakening. We find a guru, a saint, a sage, a mystic, a prophet, a Bible to show us that way. And then we believe that that's the only way. And the truth is there are many ways, as many possible ways as there are incarnate souls, because each one is born in the image of the I am. And I am, the philosopher Ernest Holmes says, is the secret of nature and the emblem of eternity. So one of the things that I talk about all the time, and almost, I was 33 when I got ordained. So that's a good long time, 36 years of public teaching. And one of the quotes that I love dearly is the quote from Meister Eckhart, the 12th century mystic. And Meister Eckhart says, the soul has two faces. One is gazing at the glory of God, and the other is directing the senses. And of course, when that which is directing the senses is coming through the I am, right? It's coming through your high nature. It's coming through that nature that is your elevated self, which is, even the master teacher Jesus said, which you are one with me and I am one with you. We all are that potential of the emblem of eternity revealing itself as that Christ nature, that Buddha nature, that Atman nature, that high self nature. And in that nature, again, as the poet Ernest Holmes says, in my house, there's room for all. In that nature, there's room for all. And in that nature, perfect harmony is always the predominant reality. And that harmony isn't spontaneous. It's not like, here's the pattern. It's not like you awaken to your nature and then it's all decided. No, because it's all unfolding through what we call the law of the circle or the law of mind. That each one of us is directly connected through our thinking, through our thoughts, words, feelings, and actions. We are all directly connected to the law of the circle. That which comes from me returns to me, right? So that got known in the 70s as the karmic law, which is the same law, which draws itself from ancient Hinduism, the world's oldest tradition. So what we find is that the path of awakening is a multidimensional path of possibilities coming from this heaven's first law, that each one of us sort of knows there's a higher order of possibility. And when we read the daily newspaper or see even in today's world, the racism that happened today in Australia, and we've seen that break out in all kinds of different, from anti-Semitism to prejudice of all kinds. Racism of any kind is not inclusive. And since there's only one life and one energy and matter are equal and interchangeable, there's no such thing as anyone being better than anybody else, because everyone is the glory of the Most High. Everyone is this higher order of being and potential. Everyone is able to listen to their intuition and follow it. And that's when we begin, that Ernest Holmes, again, the great philosopher from the last century, Ernest Holmes says, intuition is the voice of God in the human being. Well, that's the I am nature directing your senses, guiding you to what is your highest order of being that will move you in the upward forward spiral of awakening to the glory of the Most High. I mean, imagine that part of your nature, a great big part of your nature, the multidimensional aspects of who you are, part of your nature is constantly staring at the glory of the Most High, right? At the glory of God, and in awe and wonder. This morning, because I'm in California, so to be with you, I had to get up when it was dark. And I was outside as the sun was rising, and this beautiful pattern of clouds behind the sun rising, just so filled with art and meaning and possibility. And all I can do is look at it and say, that's beautiful. And there's a higher order. That's part of the I am revealing to me that it's looking at the glory of the Most High. Even though I might not be able to decipher that beautiful artwork created by the clouds, which are spontaneously moving, right? What I know is it's connected to the higher order and is revealing to me something to my senses that is beautiful, right? And I can go, oh, wow. Even though I may not comprehend it, I can be with it. I can be at one with that glorious sunrise. I can be at one with the mother adoring her infant baby, right? I can be at one in families glorifying and celebrating a picnic together. I can be at one, even as in the next couple of weeks we watch the ball. Some of us will watch the great crystal ball made in Ireland fall in New York City as one of the great symbols of the dawning of a new day, the dawning of a new possibility, and looking optimistically toward the future, right? So all of us know that there's this higher order of being. Well, now if we go back to what Ernest says, the impulsion of the universe is love, how do I knock on that door that I may constantly be looking and asking my own soul, the I am that I am, the I am that is the image and nature of the one, the I am that is the gift of the Most High to itself, from itself, through itself, and I am that. How can I bring that order of being? And that's why when you folks at CSL Midtown asked me to pick that music, I thought, well, that song, Shower the People You Love with Love, that's how you reveal it. You shower the people you love with love. You open yourself to what Jesus spoke the Aramaic language, to the Aramaic word rachma, love, which means I love you like a rock. I've been a skier my whole life, and well, since I was 10, and I love the mountains, and I love the beauty of the mountains, and of course through that, love the forests and the trees, and love the oceans and the streams, and I get such a charge from nature, right? And we bring that awareness that's the revelation of the glory, of the potential glory, that what your soul is looking at is not only through the earth's atmosphere, but through the atmospheres of the dimensions, through the atmospheres of all the expressions of the highest orders of love, right? Saints, sages, mystics, prophets, angels, all the dimensions that could possibly be. So universal love, and Jesus, the master teacher, said, he said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And then he was asked, how do you define neighbor? And the answer is anyone you are mentally or physically aware of. And that's rachma, love, to be able to have that, I love you just like a rock, even though I don't know you personally. Now, there's also in the Aramaic language, the word kuba, love, which is I'm in relationship with you. I know you personally. I revealed some of your specialness has been revealed to me because of our relationship. Well, that's kuba love, right? That's kuba love, the special love known through relationship. But each one of us is capable of rising to the level of rachma love, where we simply recognize that other human being, regardless of race, color, creed, way of being, where they're from, what their background is, even in forgiving the mistakes that you may have witnessed in your life, forgiving yourself, and therefore having the capacity to forgive everybody else who makes mistakes. Because we will, as we're evolving, we will rise up into that I am awareness. We'll rise up to that place, and then something will happen. Could it be anything from a betrayal to we made a mistake, or we didn't pay attention for a second and we had an accident, and it doesn't matter. We have to recognize that the glory of awakening is to continue to journey in the direction, inch by inch, notch by notch, circle by circle, going around. Sometimes we hit health and wealth and love and purpose, and sometimes we have a continuing issue. We think, I haven't grown. No, you are growing if you are showering the people you love with love, if you are seeking daily to be a beneficial presence in the world, if you are seeking daily to contribute to the awakening of humanity. This is the dawning of the age in Aquarius. And if you're here and you heard all those beautiful things that Vance said up first, and our practitioner of the day so beautifully captured, that there is already a higher order of being. And so we need to claim our identity. This is what Charles Fillmore, the founder of Unity, said. Claim your identity under the law. Claim the I am that I am. Claim your identity under the law, your oneness was all, and rest in the everlasting arms of cause, which knows nothing of lack. Well, now, if we claim our identity, then we claim it not only in wealth, and we claim it in health, that I'm born in the image and likeness of the one, that the true pattern of my body is wholeness, and that I can invite that wholeness to be revealed in my mind, in my body, and in my experience. And here's what, again, the philosopher Ernest Holmes said. How do you know that you're on the right track? Well, if you have a practice. Well, what's the practice? And the practice he suggests is daily we meditate. Now, meditation can happen in many different forms. There are many different ways of meditation. I've been participating in mantra meditation for decades on a daily basis. And all that is putting the mantra in your third eye area and simply repeating it over again. It could be a word or a phrase. The mantra I use is I am, the emblem of eternity. So daily, I quiet my body. I put my attention on the I am. I dwell on the I am, I am, I am. And the mantra is not the meditation, but it will take you past the mantra into a place where your mind is quiet so that you can more easily hear the voice of the one guiding you, guarding you, protecting you, directing you, and leading into the paths of perfect right action, right? Claim your identity under the law. And this is why we are dealing, when we start to use the law of mind or the law of the circle, that which is coming from me is returning to me. And we start to really use that law as knowing that it is transcendental, meaning it's transcendent of circumstances, right? So we see through the mist into the reality that I am born as the I am that is the glory of God, and that the real nature of my soul is already gazing at that glory and now directing my senses. If I will be still, shower the people with love, and things are going to work out fine. If you only will, is the line that James Taylor wrote. Shower the people you love with love, and things were going to work out fine. If you only will. If you only will what? If you only will shower the people you love with love. And then shower the people that you don't know personally, you don't have a Kuba relationship with, but you see them. They're in the market, they're in the bank, they're at the car wash, they're people you do business with, they're people. Everyone is the potential of the awakening one, the awakening Christ, the Atman, the Buddha, the glory of the Most High, that thing that enables you to transcend everything and see that you are already you have the right to live in perfect harmony, which doesn't mean you're an automaton. It means, this is the cat who chews up the chair with her nails. We already know that there is this other thing. Somewhere we know underneath there are the underlying arms. Somewhere we know underneath we can rely on spirit. That's why the ancient Moses said, underneath there are the underlying arms. And Charles Fillmore, thousands of years later, says, Claim your identity under the law. Choose your oneness with all and rest in the everlasting arms, knowing that you are guided, guarded, protected, and led each day into a greater awakening of who and what you are. Whatever the circumstance that needs healing, whatever needs solution, we begin to, through our daily practice of affirmative prayer, instead of spending time in fear and doubt, we're spending time in faith that all the matters in your world are being resolved into the highest order to bring you to the higher order of awareness, to bring you to the place where you're an instrument of peace and love and healing and wholeness and joy, and therefore making your contribution to an awakening humanity, revealing the higher order of being. And there is a higher order of being, and the higher order of being is spontaneously moving from love to more love, from joy to more joy, to good and more good. There's no limit to the good that is mine. There's no reason I should feel I'm detracting from anybody's good, as I'm allowing my good to expand, as I send my compassion and caring out to an awakening world. When I read the newspapers and know that this is not the reality of who humans are as divine expressions of the one. This is the reality of we are learning to step away from our separation, that egoic nature that believes I'm alone and not connected, and into the unity of all life. And therefore being an instrument through which I'm bringing the light, the love, the truth, the wisdom, the peace, the poise, the balance, the harmony, the good into my life through my thoughts, through my words, and through my actions. Yeah. And then we cultivate, as Joel Goldsmith said, and others way before Joel Goldsmith in the last century said, daily we should practice the presence. I mean, practicing the presence means I know I'm one with the one. I know that the glory of the Most High is revealing itself to me in this day. Today, here, Ernest gave us a really simple affirmation. Ernest Holmes says, we're born to have fun living, to consciously commune with the power that is within and around us, and to grow and expand forever. And we say, well, how do I do it? Well, I would go play that James Taylor song again. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. And things are going to work out better if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Express that love, whether it's through word, whether it's through deed, whether it's through your feelings. But why not be conscious about it? Isn't it okay to recognize that we can love one another, that we can support one another, right? That we can be together in the consciousness of supporting an awakening world, allowing our lives to be health, wealth, love, and success. And knowing that the more of that good that I bring into my life, the more of that joyous expression I bring to my life, to Hilda de Jardin, right? Joy is the infallible sign of the presence of God, right? So we begin to cultivate that joy. We begin to cultivate that love. We begin to appreciate that love. That's why we start in Thanksgiving, coming into what we're grateful for. We start knowing that the light is burning and that I can allow that light to burn brighter and brighter. We start knowing that the infinite possibility of the Christ awakened, the Buddha awakened, the glory of perfect harmony as the spontaneous movement of my life in love, light, and truth is available to everybody. I mean, this is the awesome gift of the Most High. We're revealing the higher order, where oneness and liberty and justice and freedom and equality and prosperity and the higher order of being become present. When we release our need to be right, when we release our need to prove anything to anyone, but simply to begin to walk in the light, as the light, with the light, and bring that light into my world in ever greater, more wondrous, and spontaneously beautiful ways than we've ever known before. Hence, we find this as what the psalmist said. This is the day the Lord has made. This is the day the law of life is giving me, filled with infinite possibilities for good. And this is the day that I'm awakening to my humanity and my divinity in a new way, not condemning my humanity, blessing my humanity, and knowing more and more light, more and more love, more and more truth, more and more peace, more and more power and grace and magnificence is the truth about me today. But it can't be because I say it. It has to be because you, in your communing with the divine, we are born to have fun living, to constantly commune. In your community, to share that gratitude, to share that optimism, to share the deeper knowing that beyond your fears and doubts and even your mistakes, there is forgiveness, there is eternal love, there is perfect peace, perfect power, perfect poise, perfect grace, and perfect fulfillment. And the creativity is not in creating a law of harmony. It already exists. It's in discovering the law of harmony and in discovering what's yours to do to reveal it to you and through you in a new and more wonderful way in this day, and therefore every day, and through your spiritual practice of seeking to be the awakening one in the world. Daily I meditate, and daily I use affirmative prayer, trusting that activity of thought, placing my thoughts, words, and attitudes in the faith that a greater good is being revealed, does in fact work. And we begin to get a deeper sense of faith, a deeper sense of belonging, and a deeper sense of both universal love and personal love. And what's the best way to begin to do that practice in your daily life? Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are going to work out better because I certainly will. Shower the people I love with love. And in this case, that means showering the people I love personally, and showering the people I know through association, and showering the people who are born in the I am, just as I am, whether I've ever seen them or met them before. This is the day to awaken to your cosmic self, to bring it in, to sing the songs of love, to sing the praises of love, to sing the practices of love. And hand in hand with love goes the practice of forgiveness, because there will be days when we fall short. There will be moments when we make mistakes, and we will pick ourselves up, just like the ice skater who does the triple lutz and falls. We wait for him or her to get up and finish the routine. We know it hurts and we knew it was uncomfortable, but they'll be back to compete again. They may not win that day, but another day will come, and the victory is guaranteed. The victory is complete in that which is the Atman, the Christ, the Buddha, the high self, in the secret nature and emblem of eternity, the I am, as an immortal spiritual being that I truly am. I am an immortal spiritual being, superior to my mind, to my body, and to my experience. And because of that, and through that, I'm going to shower the people I love with love and show them the way that I feel. Who you are is something magnificent. It's been my honor and privilege to be with you today because we are walking this path together, bringing light and bringing beneficial presence into the world, transforming humanity, which is what we came to do our part in an awakening world. Until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Dr. Harry. What an awesome talk this morning. And so we'll see you over on Zoom in just a little bit. So thank you so much. All right, everybody. Let's do our new Minister Sacred Covenant Easy Prayer. So there is only one life. This life is good. This life is God. This life is my life now. And knowing that I am one with this life that is God, I therefore know that I am one with all of its blessed expressions, which includes the presence of a new minister for my beloved spiritual community. Because I know that the highest purpose of my new minister is to express spirit, I therefore know that my new minister is a revelation of spirit as principle. I further know that my new minister is the fulfillment of that which has been promised by God For it is written, principle is not bound by precedent. It operates according to the law, and it is always available to those who are willing to align themselves with it. As I stand in agreement with my beloved community, I see my new minister before me as inspiring spiritual oneness through wisdom, love, and authenticity. I now intend to experience my new minister in full cooperation and agreement with my community, knowing this truth about myself. For I am inspired to live as love in the expression of principle. I am awakening the wisdom within me by clearly communicating the principles of universal truth. I am a conduit of divine love, wisdom, and healing energy, recognizing the inherent wholeness within all beings. I am offering teachings, classes, and mystical studies grounded in spiritual principles to cultivate inner wisdom, personal transformation, and empowered living. I'm extending the love, compassion, and transformative power of spirit into the wider community, fostering connections that heal, uplift, and support individuals in their unique journeys. As I now accept the highest expression of a new minister into my life, I know that they will be revealed in a way that will express spirit and serve the highest and greatest good of all who are touched by their presence. I am grateful God is gracious, and so it is. And now for our prosperity. And I want to say something. We've got a new matching grant. We have a donor who graciously offered for 6 months to contribute and match to whatever we get for our in-person Sunday celebration, which the Garden Hills Community Center has a fee of $180 a month. So as a part of our budget, it's not a huge amount, but this is a great opportunity if you're thinking about that and want to contribute to somebody who's matching every dollar we receive for that. That would be an awesome thank you from you to us for having that in-person Sunday celebration the first Sunday of every month. So with that, you can donate at cslmidtown.org/donate. Click on the QR code that will take you there. And say with me our affirmation of prosperity. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. And next Sunday, we have Reverend Dr. Jerry Troyer is going to be speaking with us. He's got preparing for the new year, putting down the hammer. And I'm thinking that means pedal to the metal, moving it forward. We'll see what he has to say on that. That'll be online. And you can download the New Minister Sacred Covenant Easy Prayer from the website. It's on the front page, and read that for yourself to work on that with us. And every Sunday at 10 a.m., there's an adult study group that discusses, they're going through the Science of Mind textbook right now, and you can welcome to join on that. Go to cslmidtown.org and scroll down to the Zoom link, click on that, put the code in, and you'll get in the meeting. So with that, let's do our affirmation of life. I leave this place now knowing something better than I knew before. I go forth into the world with a heart full of love and a mind full of good sense. I look at the world in a greater way, knowing that I have within me everything I need to create the life I desire. I give thanks for this understanding, and I am grateful for the spirit of life that lives through me. And so it is. Have a great week, everybody.